All right, Pete. So this is that 2018 Sequoia Platinum that we were speaking about over the phone. So yeah, I did locate it, and here's the video as which I promised. I'll do like a walk around of the exterior. Like I said, I'll make sure I point out any kind of imperfections I find. Then we'll hop on the interior. We'll see what we find there, and hey, hopefully you like it, man. But if not, that's okay too. That's why we do these videos ahead of time, so as to not waste your time if you find anything on here that you can't live with. So let's start here. Let's start right up front. I always like to make sure there's not like scraped up rims, like curb rash or anything. So far so good here. There's your tire there. So a ton of tread left in the tire, so it didn't need tires. All right. I see a little scuff right here. Well, actually, that's actually kind of coming off of there. I think we can address that. All right, keep going here. Hood. All right, no paint chips or anything so far. I see like it's very, very superficial, but hopefully you can see it on the video. It's like a little scratchy right there. And your other rim. Yeah, that's the stuff I'm talking about. Like that little kind of, curb rash right there. And that's probably about 1.5 inches to 2 inches long. Not huge, but it is there. And we get, this is pretty common on the side view mirrors, like little wispy scratches right there. What's this? Maybe pick that up in the video there. Give you a reference for about how big that is. It's pretty small, but it's not scratching off either. That's something that might buff out. I have to ask the detail department about that, see if they can get that buffed out. And then what I'm seeing is a lot of this, like these little kind of wispy, hard to see, but there's a lot of them, like little super small scratches. Like, I don't know if you can kind of see that around here. Now, as I scrape my nail down it, my nail doesn't catch on it at all. So I'm actually pretty confident that just like a good buff would get that all out. So I think that we can handle that for you. Okay, yeah, that wiped off. And yeah, that comes off too. Okay, I thought that was a scratch for a second. This wheel looks good. All the tires look great. And yeah, it's like, again, like little wispy stuff right there. I think that'll buff out. That's not gonna buff out though. That's like on the plastic portion. That's a little paint missing there. Probably hit that with some black touch-up paint, I imagine. And then this is, what's this? Oh, that's just dirt. All right, so this is what I was talking about on the rear bumper. That's what I noticed the first time I was walking around looking for this car. It looks like they kind of backed into something. This is actually cracked right there. And then like you get some gouge here and here, right on the parking sensor there. So yeah, that's there. And that's not something that's going to buff out either. So you have to be able to kind of live with that. And, when we price the vehicles, we do take all that into account. So that'll partially be why it's listed where it's listed right now, price-wise. And then it looks like they hit something over here, too. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we find. Yeah, so I'm getting all of the evidence that I need to kind of make an assumption that I think whoever owned this vehicle, I think that maybe parking wasn't their forte. Because I'm also seeing on this wheel, some more significant curb rash here. It's usually an indicator of poor parking abilities. And some more like those wispy scratches here. When you step away from it, you don't really see it very easy, but once you get close, you're going to see it for sure. And then you get some, oh, actually, I just kind of ripped right off. Whew, okay, I thought that was a scratch. That was not a scratch. Okay. And again, just little, stuff right there. Just imperfections, as a salesman, I wish it didn't have that, but it does have it. And then, oh, this looks, yeah, like a little scrapey there. And again, I think that's something that might just buff out because my nail's not catching on it, so it's not down into the clear coat or anything. All right, let's take a look at the interior. Start with the rear. Get the key out, sorry. All right. And it's the Platinum, so of course it has the power rear hatch. All right. Yeah, this looks good here. Looks like it cleaned up well in the interior so far anyway. And you have the electric fold down third row. I do really like this interior color. Yeah, it's a beautiful color. All right, I'll put that back down. And then let's hop back here. All right. And of course you get the JBL synthesis in the Platinum Sequoia. And your captain's chairs here, heated rear seats, I like that. But the seat condition looks great so far. I'm seeing a little wear here, but on a 7-year-old family vehicle, I can't say I'm shocked to see little stuff like that. And then there's your rear climate control. Looking like a missing button here on the volume knob if they're going to use that DVD player there. All right, let's keep going. Front seat. All right. Yeah, this looks really good. All right, you get some seat wear there, but on a 113,000 mile vehicle, again, I would expect to see some seat wear. There we go. Of course, you get the sunroof too. Now, I'm gonna sit down in it. You know what? We've come this far. Might as well start it up for you too. Oh yeah. That sounds like the Toyota V8. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and rev it up here for you too. Yeah, that sounds great. Oh, and the vehicle, it did pass the silver certification also, which is like a 134-point inspection. It has to be done by a certified Toyota tech in order to get that certification, which is why it comes with the 1-year, 12,000 mile powertrain warranty. And here's some other buttons here. You got the heated and the air-conditioned seats up front as well. And there's your screen there. Let's check out the backup camera. Yep, there it is. Parking sensor's going off because it knows I'm close to that pole there. All right. Oh, your power rear window. I love that feature. Yeah, I mean, it's going to have, every 2018 available safety feature in it, including a blind spot monitor, the rear cross traffic alert, the lane keeping assist. It has all that. Radar adaptive cruise control. This has locking rear differential. You can even adjust the shocks on here as well. I mean, the car is fully loaded. It's the Platinum Sequoia. That's about as nice as you get from Toyota. Yeah, I think the whole crux of it is going to be, whether or not you can live with what was going on back here. Being that, and I think more significantly, that there. I know that there are people out there that are mobile and they can repair that for you for like hundreds of dollars, versus we are obligated, if we're going to fix that, to use our body shop, which is over there, And you would think they would, but they don't cut any deals to the used car department. So we find it usually behooves us to just sell it more at a value versus, spending $2,000 to $3,000 fixing it and then having to have that reflect in the price of the vehicle, if that makes sense. But sometimes people ask, well, why didn't you guys fix it? That's why they chose not to fix this, is my best guess. But yeah, I think, again, and I know I've said it 100 times already, but for a 2018 vehicle, for that to be the worst we find, I think we're doing pretty good here. Although, the more I'm looking at it, I don't know if you can see in the video, Pete, whatever this was, I'm not seeing any movement here, but this does look like a little bit bigger of a gap here. Now, structurally and mechanically, it has to pass all the certification in order to get silver certified. So it passed all that. So we can guarantee that there's no structural damage. But, some people aren't comfortable when they see something like that. And I totally get that if you fall into that category. But, if you think you can live with that, man, I'd say, yeah, come on in Saturday, 1 o'clock, take a test drive. Hard to imagine that you won't like the way it drives, but let's be thorough here if you want to consider it. Other than that, man, again, sorry for the lack of brevity on the video, but I did promise you a detailed one. Hope you're happy with the video. And hey, man, if this video, seeing it, if it knocks this one out of contention, that's okay too. But hopefully you like it enough, and we can earn your business, man. Thank you.